Welcome, everyone, to the channel, An Awesomies in Austria. I'm so glad you could join me for this one. Today's video is a bit different, but it captures the true essence of European travel. This past summer, during my 3-week-long 2025 vacation, I went on an absolutely epic road trip. Now, because this video covers so much ground, prepare yourself. This is going to be a long one, running well over an hour, but it's worth every minute. To help you navigate this massive journey, I've made sure to include chapters in the video description so you can jump between countries and landscapes easily. This was a huge journey. Over the 22 days of the trip, we covered approximately 5,000 kilometers across 6 beautiful countries. We started right here in Austria, pushed south through Italy and into France, where we included a little detour to the legendary Monaco. From there, it was a quick jump into Spain, before swinging back north and finishing up with a stunning drive through Switzerland. Now, covering 5,000 kilometers in 3 weeks can sound exhausting, but I used a special strategy, the hub and spoke approach. Instead of driving long distances every day, I picked 4 key hubs to settle into for several nights and explore the surrounding regions. My first hub was in Contes, near Nice in the south of France. Next, we moved to Camallera on the beautiful Costa Brava in Spain. Then, it was to Tarnos on the French Atlantic coast. And finally, the last base was in Saint-Cergues, right near Geneva in Switzerland. This meant less packing and more exploring. This footage takes you right there with me, from the driver's seat, showing you the breathtaking summer landscapes, historic city approaches, and the stunning, changing scenery of a European road adventure, all captured directly by my trusty Dashcam. We're kicking things off right here, and I'll be sharing a little bit about where we are and what we're seeing as we drive. Get ready to buckle up for some incredible views. And here we go, day 1 of the 2025 summer road trip. We are setting off from Innsbruck, Austria, one of my favorite alpine cities. Today is a long haul, a serious driving day as we make our way across the entire length of the Alps and head for the Mediterranean coast of France, aiming for our first hub near Nice. Our destination is Contes. And that's it for day 1. We've arrived at our base in Contes. Time to relax, unpack, and get ready for the first spoke adventure tomorrow. Tune in next for day 2, where we take a coastal trip. Good morning from our hub in Contes. After yesterday's massive drive from Austria, today is pure French Riviera life. Today is all about glitz, glamour, and stunning Mediterranean views. The drive into Nice is a short one, which makes our little village the perfect spot to launch our daily spoke trips. The approach takes us along the glittering Baie des Anges, offering iconic views of the famous Promenade d'Anglais before we dive into the city's vibrant, colorful heart. From here, we're ready to explore the legendary French Riviera, starting with a coastal trip hitting the highlights. Now, I should mention that while this video is your grand, full road trip overview, I'm already editing dedicated, deeper dive videos for my channel on key locations like Monaco, the Spanish coast, and our Swiss adventures. So if you see a spot you love, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the full cinematic feature. After finding our parking spot, we spent our day in Nice soaking up the atmosphere of the old town, view Nice, and admiring the architecture and coastal views. What a spectacular day! The Mediterranean air, the palm trees, the sheer energy of this place, it's something else. Now we will head back to our first base in Contes to recharge for our next, very glamorous, spoke adventure. Join me tomorrow as we drive the stunning Corniche road straight to the legendary Principality of Monaco. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of our European road trip. After a fantastic day exploring Nice yesterday, today we're setting our sights on arguably the most glamorous destination on the French Riviera, the incredible Principality of Monaco. We avoided the highway while going to Monaco, hoping to get more scenic views. Now here we are crossing the border and entering the Principality of Monaco. Monaco is the world's second smallest country, famous for being the billionaire's playground due to its wealth and zero income tax for residents. Its iconic landmarks include the glamorous Monte Carlo Casino, where citizens are forbidden to gamble, and the streets we just drove on, which form the legendary F1 Grand Prix circuit. The nation has been ruled by the Grimaldi family for over 700 years and is one of the most densely populated and high-security places on Earth. We are now heading towards our parking and would be spending the day here before we head back to our hub in Contes. What a wonderful day. Our morning was spent on the rock of Monacoville, witnessing the traditional changing of the guard at the Prince's Palace before exploring the depths of the ocean at the iconic Oceanographic Museum. Later, we were stunned by the immense wealth on display at the harbor, seeing the grand parade of superyachts docked in Port Hercule. It was a day that perfectly showcased Monaco's unique blend of 7 centuries of royal history and unparalleled modern luxury. Day 4. Anticipate a gorgeous change of scenery today as you head to Antibes for a well-deserved beach day on the French Riviera. Enjoy the beautiful sandy beaches, relax by the stunning blue waters of the Mediterranean, and soak up the sun. After all the luxury and history of Monaco, a laid-back day of sea and sand in Antibes will be a perfect change of pace. Day 4 was all about the iconic French Riviera coast. We started by soaking up the sun and sea in Antibes, enjoying the beautiful beaches and the relaxed Mediterranean atmosphere. Then, we made a dazzling afternoon detour to Cannes, strolling the famous La Croisette promenade. where we imagined the glow of the world's most luxurious film festival. It was a perfect blend of Riviera tranquility and pure Hollywood glamour before we returned to Contes. Day 5 took us deep into the charming French countryside, starting with a visit to the Syndicat d'Initiative de Peillon, where we experienced the authentic heart of the local community. We then climbed higher for a dazzling afternoon at Is Village. This medieval eagle's nest offered breathtaking panoramic views of the Mediterranean, providing the perfect finish to our journey through the French Riviera's hidden gems. Day 6. Today marked a major shift in our adventure as we left our base in Contes, France, and journeyed toward our new hub in Camallera, Spain. The skies were cloudy and wet, making it the perfect day to be inside the car, enjoying the miles melt away without any sightseeing FOMO. We're officially crossing into a new country and are all set for our Spanish chapter to begin. Day 7. Our first full day exploring the area around our new hub was dedicated to pure seaside relaxation. We drove out to the stunning Santa Cristina beach, a gorgeous cove in Catalonia. This spot is a local secret, known for its tranquil, sheltered waters and the lush botanical gardens that frame the golden sand. We spend hours enjoying the warm Mediterranean sun, swimming in the clear, refreshing water, and soaking up the Spanish coastal atmosphere. Feeling completely rejuvenated and ready for more, we made the quick trip back to our home base in Camallera, officially marking the success of our first beach day in Spain. As the day wound down, we embarked on a final, spontaneous drive to Platja de Riells to catch the sunset. The journey itself was stunning, with the beautiful golden sun rays painting the Spanish landscape as we drove. It was the perfect, peaceful evening, just soaking up the last light of the day by the water. A truly magical end to our first full day exploring Catalonia. For day 8, we took a highly anticipated trip straight to the heart of Catalonia, the incredible city of Barcelona. The drive from Camallera was filled with excitement as we anticipated a day packed with iconic architecture, bustling energy, and world-class culture. We spent the day immediately immersing ourselves in the city's unique charm, from strolling down the lively Los Ramblas to marveling at the fantastical masterpieces of Antoni Gaudí. Seeing the sheer scale of the Sagrada Familia and the vibrant artistry of Park Güell was absolutely breathtaking. After a whirlwind day of art, history, and tapas, we made the contented drive back to our hub, leaving Barcelona bidding the city goodbye, and it provided the perfect memory of this vibrant Spanish capital, setting a high bar for the rest of our time in Spain. Day 9. Following our exhilarating city trip to Barcelona, we purposefully shifted gears for day 9, heading back to the coast for a pure beach day at the charming Tamariu beach. This rhythm of alternating between busy cultural immersion and seaside relaxation is keeping our trip perfectly balanced. The small, crescent-shaped cove of Tamariu is a classic Costa Brava gem, offering calm, crystal-clear water and a truly picturesque atmosphere. We spent the middle of the day fully embracing the Spanish sun, just relaxing and soaking up the stunning coastal views. . After a thoroughly peaceful day by the Mediterranean, we made the quick drive back to Camallera. With our batteries recharged and that great feeling of a beach day well spent, we're now fully energized and ready for our next deep dive into Spanish culture. Our Day 10 adventure took us inland to the magnificent walled city of Girona, the historical jewel of Catalonia. Leaving the modern coast behind, we drove into a city famous for its ancient stone bridges, colorful houses along the Anya River, and stunning medieval architecture. We spent the day getting completely lost in the narrow, winding streets of the Jewish quarter, El Khal, one of the best preserved in Europe. We climbed the massive steps of the Girona Cathedral and even recognized some famous filming locations from Game of Thrones. It truly felt like stepping back 1,000 years. After soaking up all that incredible history and architecture, we made the contented trip back to our hub in Camallera. This cultural deep dive into Girona was the perfect complement to our seaside relaxation. Keeping the variety and excitement high on this trip. To cap off our day of history in Girona, we made a special evening visit to the mind-bending Dalí Theatre Museum in Figueres. This museum is a work of art itself, a surrealist maze designed by Dalí to be his final masterpiece. Stepping into this space, filled with his bizarre, brilliant, and iconic works, provided a final, unforgettable dose of pure Spanish genius and left us completely mesmerized before heading back to our hub. Day 11. After the whirlwind of history in Girona and the surrealism of the Dalí Museum, Day 11 was dedicated to relaxation, bringing us back to the gorgeous Mediterranean coast at Platja de Montgó. The drive was short and scenic, delivering us straight to one of the Costa Brava's most beautiful coves. Platja de Montgó is a perfect half-moon of sand, famous for its calm, azure waters and the iconic old watchtower that guards the bay. We spent a wonderful day simply relaxing, swimming, and soaking up the sun, enjoying the quintessential Spanish beach life. With the ocean breeze in our hair and feeling completely refreshed, we made the quick drive back to our hub in Camallera. This relaxing day has perfectly recharged our batteries, and we're now ready for whatever new adventure Day 12 brings. Our Day 12 cultural immersion took us to the stunning whitewashed village of Cadaqués, nestled dramatically on the coast and famously known for its artistic spirit. The drive itself was an adventure, winding through the rugged, beautiful landscape of the Cap de Creus Peninsula. We spent the day strolling through the narrow, sloping streets, admiring the brilliant white houses and the turquoise bay that have inspired artists for generations, most notably Salvador Dalí, whose unique home studio we saw nearby. The town feels worlds away from everything, offering a tranquil yet utterly fascinating atmosphere. After enjoying fresh seafood and soaking up the bohemian vibe of this coastal masterpiece, we made the memorable return trip to Camallera. Our visit to Cadaqués gave us a genuine taste of Catalonia's artistic soul and rugged, unforgettable coastline. Day 13 was our major travel day, as we officially concluded our time in the beautiful Catalonia region. We packed up our base in Camallera, Spain, and pointed the car north toward our next intermediate hub in Tarnos, France. The weather was on our side once again, delivering a cloudy, wet, and rainy day. This made it the absolute perfect time to be on the road, knowing we weren't missing out on any sunshine or sightseeing. We just settled in and enjoyed the scenic drive as we transitioned from the Mediterranean coast toward the French Atlantic side. After a smooth and relaxed drive, we crossed the border and successfully arrived at our third hub in Tarnos. We're all set to explore this new region of France before moving on to our final destination, keeping the variety high on this epic journey. Day 14. Despite the relentless rain continuing to follow us, we were determined to explore. Day 14 started with a visit to Bayonne, France, the cultural capital of the French Basque Country. We explored the charming, rain-slicked streets, taking in the medieval architecture, historic ramparts, and the famous colorful half-timbered houses. Next, we headed to the glamorous seaside town of Biarritz. This was our first time exploring in genuinely wet weather, but even under a gray sky, the city's coastal elegance shone through. We saw the famous surf beaches and the Grand Casino, truly appreciating the dramatic beauty of this imperial resort. It was a day that proved you don't need sunshine to enjoy incredible destinations, but we definitely earned our cozy return to the hub in Tarnos. We got a great taste of the unique culture and beautiful architecture of the French Basque region, rain or shine. Despite the rainy conditions that followed us all day, we decided to make it a memorable end by visiting Platja du Metro near our hub. Standing on the French Atlantic coast, we watched as the sun dipped below the horizon, a powerful, wide-open view that contrasted perfectly with the closed-in beauty of the Basque towns. It was a beautiful, peaceful moment to end our first day of exploring this spectacular new region. Day 15 was meant to be a relaxing beach day at Platja d'Andres, but the relentless rain continued, proving Mother Nature had other plans for us on the Atlantic coast. We were determined, making multiple attempts to catch a break in the weather. Finally, in a short, glorious window, the clouds parted, and we rushed to the beach. We managed to get a brief, beautiful glimpse of Platja d'Andres, where the sun broke through the clouds and illuminated the wide expanse of the sand and the powerful Atlantic waves. It was a fleeting but memorable moment. With the sun quickly disappearing again, we decided the best plan was to embrace the cozy side of vacation. We headed back to our hub in Tarnos for a well-deserved, rainy day rest, recharging completely for the adventures of day 16. Day 16 delivered the sunshine we've been hoping for. We drove across the border and headed straight to the culinary and coastal capital of the Spanish Basque Country, Donostia-San Sebastian. The clear skies made the journey a joyful contrast to our rainy days in France. We spent our day immersing ourselves in the city's breathtaking beauty, starting with the iconic shell-shaped La Concha beach, widely regarded as one of the most beautiful urban beaches in Europe. The sunlight glinting off the bay was stunning, and the city's elegant architecture truly shone under the blue sky. We also made sure to sample the incredible local pink sauce, embracing the famous culinary culture. After a glorious day of sun, sea, and exquisite food, we made the final return trip to our hub. Our trip to San Sebastian was a much-needed burst of perfect weather and high culture, successfully wrapping up our exploration of the Franco-Spanish border region. Day 17 brought us back to the French side of the border and, unfortunately, back to the wet weather. We first explored the picturesque port town of Saint-Jean-de-Luz. Even under the clouds, the historic harbor, colorful half-timbered houses, and famous church where King Louis XIV was married retained all their charm. Next, we took a truly memorable trip on Le Train de la Run. This historic rack railway normally offers spectacular views, but the misty, wet weather gave the mountain a dramatic and moody atmosphere instead. It was a unique, cinematic journey up through the mist, proving that even a rainy day on a mountain can be an adventure. After a full day of exploring two iconic bass destinations, we were happy to head back to our hub. Though the sun didn't shine, the rich history and unique beauty of Saint-Jean-de-Luz and the mist-shrouded La Rune made for a fascinating, atmospheric day of exploration. Day 18 marked the final big leg of our journey as we said goodbye to the Atlantic coast hub in Tarnos and drove all the way across France to our fourth and final base in Saint-Cergues, near the Swiss border. This massive travel day was full of changing landscapes and long stretches of road. The weather gave us a true mix today, periods of rain followed by glorious bursts of sunshine. It kept the drive interesting, and the brief glimpses of sun renewed our hope that the consistently beautiful summer weather would return as we headed east. We enjoyed seeing the French countryside fly by. After a dedicated day of driving, we successfully arrived at our last hub in Saint-Cergues. We are perfectly positioned now, ready to explore this new region of France and the nearby Swiss Alps. Bring on the sunshine and the mountain views. For day 19, we made the quick trip from our hub across the border into Switzerland to explore the elegant international city of Geneva. The drive was short, immediately dropping us into a city famed for its diplomacy, history, and stunning location on Lake Geneva. We spent the day taking in Geneva's signature sights, from the impressive Jet d'eau, the iconic fountain in the lake, to the massive headquarters of the United Nations. Walking along the beautiful lakefront and through the charming Old Town gave us a wonderful blend of natural beauty and global significance. After a full day of Swiss precision and beauty, we drove back to our hub in Saint-Cergues. Our trip to Geneva was a fascinating taste of Swiss culture and international influence, giving us a great start to our time in this final, beautiful region. Day 20 saw us follow the beautiful shores of Lake Geneva deeper into Switzerland for a visit to the chic town of Montreux. The journey itself was a scenic masterpiece, offering non-stop views of the shimmering lake and the vineyards climbing the surrounding hills. Our main goal was the magnificent Chillon Castle, and it did not disappoint. This medieval fortress, dramatically set right on the water's edge, is one of the most stunning sights in all of Switzerland. We spent hours exploring its ancient halls and imagining the history within its walls, before enjoying the elegant promenade of Montreux itself. After a day filled with the grandeur of a castle straight out of a fairy tale and the effortless elegance of the Swiss Riviera, we made the final drive back to our hub. Montreux and Chillon gave us an unforgettable taste of Swiss beauty and history. For our final day of sightseeing, day 21, we made the short trip back into France to visit the absolutely stunning town of Antibes. Nicknamed the Venice of the Alps, the drive led us through beautiful scenery, setting the stage for a truly picturesque day. We spent the day wandering through Antibes' charming canals, over its flower-adorned bridges, and through its incredibly preserved old town. We took in the famous Palais de Lille, the former prison set right in the middle of the river, and simply soaked up the peaceful, beautiful atmosphere by the crystal-clear Lake Antibes. This day was the perfect finale to our entire trip, blending French charm with alpine beauty and giving us one last dose of unforgettable European scenery. It was a wonderful way to cap off our grand adventure before heading home. Day 22 marked the end of our grand European adventure as we began the long drive from our final hub back to our home base in Innsbruck, Austria. The journey took us across vast distances, with the beautiful scenery of the Alps growing ever closer as we drove. The long journey took us across vast distances, culminating in our transit through the magnificent Arlberg Road Tunnel. This tunnel is a true engineering marvel. At nearly 14 kilometers long, it is Austria's longest road tunnel. Opened in 1978, it connects the provinces of Vorarlberg and Tyrol, providing a safe, weather-independent shortcut beneath the imposing Arlberg Mountains. Driving through the single-tube structure was a powerful moment of reflection, symbolizing our journey straight through the heart of the Alps. After covering thousands of kilometers and visiting stunning locations from Monaco to Spain to Switzerland, the sight of Innsbruck was a welcome one. It was the perfect, memorable conclusion to our spectacular 22-day trip,